What's up, good people of YouTube? It's me, Chavez, back with another NBA player prop video for you. Today's Tuesday, November 21st, 2023. As always, I hope this finds you doing well and in good spirits. Back on camera after many days of not being on camera. I'm a little stitious, not superstitious, but last week we were on a nice little run. I didn't want to change anything up. And we finally had a bad day on Sunday. So it's time to change it up again. That is just how I operate. So I'm back on camera this week in today's video / podcast. If you're listening to this in podcast form, we got 3 new plays to go over. We're also going to be going over our plays from Sunday. How bad were they? Stick around and find out. And lastly, we'll go over some injury news in the NBA. So if all that sounds good, I do encourage you to stick around, drop a like, sub up, and click that notification icon so that you're notified of all upcoming content and videos from me on my channel. And without further delay, let us get into our plays from Sunday. All right, we're going to start off with Goga Bitadze today. Took the over 15.5 points and rebounds. He did go over. He got 16. However, if you played this line at 16.5, he did not go over because the Magic, they put it on the Pacers. They beat him down. Goga Bitadze was limited in that game. So we got the line right at 15.5, and it worked out for us there. Second play we talked about, Nick Claxton rebounds. This one was very tilting because he goes over with 9. We took the under. He goes over. He gets over by 0.5. In this case, I much would have rather seen him smash it with 15, 16 rebounds, which is what it looked like at the beginning of this game. He racked up 8 quick rebounds in the first half. Comes out and gets exactly 1 rebound in the second half. So very tilting. I felt like he was trolling me. I felt very, very upset that day with this play. Third play, Fred VanVleet. We took the over points and rebounds. It hurts when your guy doesn't score on a points and rebounds line. Scoring is a big part of this. It's probably going to make up 80% of these types of lines. And when your guy's missing shots and not hitting his J's and knocking down threes, it's going to be very difficult to go over these types of lines. So Fred VanVleet continues to struggle from the field and goes under this. So on the day, 1 and 2. However, over the last handful of days, we are 8 and 3. So 11 picks given out. 8 of them were a hit. 3 of them were flops. We're going to take that momentum. We're going to use it. We're going to roll it into a new day, a new week with new plays. 8 and 3 is pretty fair. Pretty solid week, if you ask me. We got 3 new plays to go over today. We're going to keep this going, and hopefully these 3 plays don't result in what Sunday gave us. Before we dig into those new plays, let's quickly go over injury news in the NBA. All right, injury news is as follows. We got LeBron James, Q-Tag, Karis LeVert, Q-Tag, Nembhard, and Malcolm Brogdon. Be nice to see Malcolm Brogdon play in this game versus the Suns. Probably would help him keep it a little closer. Doubtful, Thaddeus Young. Didn't know he was in the league still. And then we know who was out already, confirmed. Donovan Mitchell and Yuta Watanabe. What a Navy. Watanabe. All right, that's going to do it for our injury news for Tuesday in the NBA. Let's now get into our new plays for today. So if you're new to the channel, here's what we do. We present plays, and then we take those plays and we go over to props.cash and we break them down using the resources there. So I'm not going to waste any more breath. Let's quickly go over what we're going to be talking about today. Jalen Johnson rebound prop, I like the over on this one. We got a Kevin Durant assist prop, I like the over on this one. And then a Keontae George 6.5 assist prop, I like the over on this one. Let's head over now to props.cash and break them down. Starting off with this rebound prop for Jalen Johnson, sitting at -122 odds for the over. Attacking this Indiana defense like we did with Goga Bitadze today. I don't see the Hawks. I'm not going to say that. I hope the Hawks don't beat down the Pacers like we saw the Magic do. We need these games to stay close. Just makes it more competitive, better product for the NBA. We can see that the Pacers are allowing 44.3 rebounds per game, 32.9 defensive rebounds per game, and they are allowing 11.3 offensive rebounds per game. Over his last 10 games, Jalen Johnson has hit this over in 5 games. 4 out of those 5 games, he's hit it with double-digit boards, averaging 7.9 rebounds over those 10 games. Now, over his last 5 games, he's only hit this in 2 out of 5 games for a 6.6 average. What I like about this is that he is seeing 30 plus minutes in most of these games. You take out that Miami game, you take out that Washington game, and you take out that Milwaukee game, and every single game he's played 31 minutes or more. So versus this Pacers defense, now when we look at power forwards versus this defense, we see names like Jonathan Isaac here at the top, Paolo Banchero here at the top, Daniel House Jr., Paul Reed. Most of these guys outside of Banchero are not starters and not seeing huge roles with their team. So keep that in mind when you see these X's. It makes it look like Indiana is shutting teams down, but they're really not. If we keep scrolling, we see Nick Batum went over with 7 rebounds. Here's Paul Reed. Got more minutes that game versus the Pacers. Got 6 rebounds. Got Giannis getting you 12 rebounds. We have Bobby Portis getting you 8 rebounds. Lauri Markkanen, John Collins combined for 18 rebounds, each of them with 9. 10 rebounds for Victor Wembanyama. JT Thor goes over this. Evan Mobley with 10 rebounds. Evan Mobley again with 14 rebounds. So the names that we see the X's by are role players are not getting extended minutes in these games. So I'm not really concerned with what they're doing. I'm concerned with what starters are doing, who are getting 30 plus minutes versus this Pacers team, and most of them are going over, just like I think Jalen Johnson will go over today. So that's what we're going to roll with for our first play. 7.5 rebounds for Jalen Johnson, over. Second play, assist prop for Kevin Durant. I like this line for him. Now, most books, well, it got bumped up. All the books had this at 4.5. Now it's bumped up to 5. So at 4.5, we can see that Durant was hitting the over on that line 70% over his last 10. Now we need to adjust this to reflect accurately, and we can see that it has been reduced to 5 games with the over, 2 games with a push, and 4 games with an under. I still like the over on this one. Taking on a Portland defense that is allowing the 20th most rebounds in the league, assists in the league, sitting at 27 per game. A couple of reasons why I like this outside of the odds, outside of the matchup with Portland. 2 specific sites are projecting this to go closer to 6 for Durant. You have props.cash at 5.88 assists. That's their projection. And another reputable source that I use has this going over 5.5 assists. So you can see why I liked it at 4.5, but I still will roll the dice on this one, even with the bump for Durant, because he and Booker both are running this team. They're running the point, positionless basketball. These guys have the ball in their hands pretty much all game long, and so they're doing a lot of the facilitating. We know Durant can turn it up, but we really see him take it to that next level when the games are tight, when the games are close, or if it's a marquee matchup. I think in a matchup like this, we do see him defer a little bit, distribute the rock, set his teammates up. Very, very unselfish player is Kevin Durant. So with all that being said, just makes me like the over on his assist, even at the 5 bump. So we're going to roll with it. 5 assists for Kevin Durant, over. All right, let's talk about our last play. Keontae George, 6.5 assists. Now, keeping this one quick, all right? Minus 125 odds to go over this. We see over his last 10 games, he's hit this in 4 out of those 6 games, averaging 6 assists over those 10 games. But big change in this dude's role from that first game to now. More minutes, larger role, starting role for him. So let's zoom in a little bit and look at what he's done in his last 5 games. Gone over this 4 out of 5 games, averaging 8.8 assists per game. Taking on a Lakers team that just got sliced up by Fred VanVleet, the aforementioned Fred VanVleet. for 16 assists. He also had a game where he dished out 10 assists. 26 total assists for Fred VanVleet versus this Lakers defense. Showing you what minutes look like for George over his last 5. He's averaging 30 minutes. Taking this back up to the last 10, you can see just a huge swing in minutes, right? 20, 16, 20, 23. Big change, right? When you have such a huge increase in usage, statistics will go up. Your numbers will get better. He's still a little passive. He's not very aggressive on the court. He wants to distribute. In his rookie year is kind of what you expect, and that's kind of what we want from this prop. We don't want him out there running ISOs and shit. We want him out there setting his teammates up for success. Guys like Clarkson, Markkanen, these guys like to chuck. These guys like to shoot the ball. So George is in a great spot versus a team that will allow production from the point guard. He's got the weapons around him to get this done. We got favorable odds for the over here. I don't know what's not to like about this play. So third and final play, we're going over 6.5 assists for Keyonte George. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for today's video/podcast. If you made it this far, and I hope that you did, consider subbing up to the channel. I'm going to keep saying this because it's true. 65-ish% of you will not drop a like on this video or leave a comment. Let's prove those stats wrong. Like this video, leave a comment. Let me know what you like on the board as well as your thoughts on these plays. Click that bell icon and consider sharing this video, sharing my channel with somebody you know. Last but not least, no matter what props you roll with today, I hope they all respect the damn coin. Best of luck to you all. And until my next NBA player prop video/podcast, Chavez is